Hello, thank you for joining me as we go through a quick demo of Our-Venue.com. Today we're going to be using Shepstone Gardens as our example venue, and we're going to be putting ourselves in the shoes of a bride wanting to plan our event at the venue. When a bride is interested in a venue, she's most likely going to end up on the venue's website. So we're quickly going to go onto Shepstone Gardens website now. Once we're on the website, we can look at beautiful pictures, we can read text and reviews, but the thing that stands out to us now is the Get Quote button in the top right-hand corner. We click on this button in order to get a quote at the venue. This now takes us to the venue's Our-Venue.com app, where we're going to build a customized event and get a quotation in real time. We click to begin and select weddings for the sake of this example, but it's important to note that you can build any type of event on Our-Venue.com. The platform now welcomes us by saying, "Congratulations, let's plan an unforgettable wedding." We are now going to go on a 7-step journey to plan the perfect wedding at this venue. Step 1 is all about the venue. We will select our ceremony venue by going through all the different options that the venue has to offer. For each item, we can look at more info, we can look at pictures, videos, PDFs, 3D walkthroughs, and the likes. Importantly, we can also see the rates for each venue. Once we've selected a ceremony venue, we will then select a reception venue. However venue hire works at your venue, whether it's a fixed amount, a per person amount, we will make sure that it's accurately represented on the platform. We now move to the next step, where we're going to choose a date. On the calendar, as we're selecting different days, the platform tells us exactly how much that day is going to cost us based on the venues that we chose in the previous step. It's important to note here that for this example, it's an open calendar where we can select and get an inquiry for any single day. However, there are lots of venues out there that make use of the availability functionality that Our-Venue.com has, which will show book days and provisionally booked days and restrict the users accordingly. We now move on to the next step, where we get to specify the number of guests we want at our wedding. The minimum and maximum pax amounts were determined by the venue that we chose in the first step. The user also specifies their budget, which is helpful for them because they can see how much they have left to spend. For the venue, this is particularly useful because your salespeople can now know whether the person has gone over or under their intended budget. Step 4 is all about the catering. In this example, the venue doesn't have in-house catering, so they list their preferred caterers on this page. However, if your venue does its own catering, we'll simply list your menus here. Once we've selected a supplier, it takes us to all of the different menus that supplier has to offer for your event. We can now look at everything from starters to different main menu options, as well as desserts and nice things like late night snacks. For each of these options, again, we can look at menus in detail, we can look at images, as well as see how much it's going to cost us. In the next step, we now get to look through all of the optional extras that the venue has to offer. This is where it really differs from venue to venue. In the case of this example, there are beverage options, decor options, as well as service options that we can go through. These will include things like tablecloths, barista coffee stations, bar options, as well as the additional services that the venue provides, like coordination services. It's important to note that we can also include all of your preferred suppliers in this stage as quoted separately items. On the accommodation step, the bride can now go through all of the different room options that you have at your venue. We would load up all of your different room types here, along with the various room rates that are applicable for this type of event. In this example, the venue doesn't have any accommodation except for a honeymoon suite, so they list additional guest houses that are available in the area. We have now reached the end of the 7 steps, where we can put in our information in order to obtain our quote. We'll quickly put in our name, surname, email address, and cell phone number in order to complete the inquiry process. It's important to note that regardless of which button we click here, either generate summary or send inquiry, the venue is about to get a fully detailed profile on everything that we did inside this app. For this example, let's click generate summary. It now shows us all of the different options that we'd selected in the 6 steps. I'm going to go ahead and click download as PDF in order to get a formal quotation from the venue. We're now inside the personalized document that has been created for us by the platform. Included in this document is pictures of all the venues we selected, as well as a beautiful welcoming message from the venue. We scroll a bit further down to access the price estimate section, where it details all of the different options we selected in our 7 steps. Finally, at the end, we have the ability to attach additional vouchers or gifts for the user, which will further incentivize them to come around to the venue after this process. You can see how this whole process saves a lot of time for both the client and the venue. The client can get quotes in real time at any time of the day or night, and the venue gets a perfectly packaged lead that's ready to be converted on without any effort whatsoever. Thank you for joining us for this demonstration. If you have any other questions that are still unanswered after this video, please continue to watch our other videos, read some of our articles, or be in touch with one of our venue experts.